I'm Crickets, and welcome back to I Have a Story. I had other videos I wanted to air today and through this week, but then I kind of fell into a hole of my life stories and things about me and what's going on in my life again. I was trying to take a break because I really need one, but it's the way life works. Got to roll with the punches, right? I've talked so much about that. So today, since I aired my video yesterday in response to my friend in Indiana, and I will say, I don't know exactly what to believe when you look for somebody in a specific area, which is the area they're in, and you look up a criminal record. I don't know what to believe, and if that wasn't you, I do apologize, but I really still don't know. And it's a huge part of because of what my life has been and what has done to me. I mean, everybody lies to me like that. They just slap me in the face with it. I'm tired of it. So if I was wrong, I'm sorry, and I do apologize about that. But I'm going to say I sit here today not knowing exactly what to believe. Because that was all in Northwest Indiana. In the area that you're in. But I don't know. I mean, if I was wrong, I'm sorry. But I want to talk about why I'm so anti-gay. One, I've talked so much about being natural, and we are supposed to live life under certain codes and rules, and we're supposed to follow a natural code and rule. Every time you show me one time man has broken that code, that we haven't had problems. We just keep creating more of them and wonder why we have so many problems. We don't ever fix problems, we just keep creating more. Maybe come up with band-aids that end up causing more problems, then we have more problems. This is a whole cyclic insanity that I can't stand. We actually want a good life. Why aren't we doing things to give ourselves a good life? Instead, we put band-aids on things, titles and paychecks that don't do anything but hurt more people. I remember the first time I ever saw two guys kiss. I was in the basement of Jason Gore's house. I've talked about him on my channel. He's the one that, after my house burnt down, decided that I hadn't heard from him, and I couldn't tell you how long. Even reached out to him and asked him for help. He wants to put all these posts out about father's rights and being pro-father, but did not want to say a single word to me for over a year until my house burnt down, and then want to start questioning me and mess with me. Well, I can only imagine. I mean, he's friends with my ex. He never ever reached out and contacted me, even though I've reached out to him many times. Never reached out to me until after my house burnt down. Immediately after my house burnt down. The day after, she found out about it and started threatening me. Because she was already threatening me just for the 2 weeks leading up to that day of my house burning down, and refusing to let me talk to my kids again. But I'll be sharing those stories here pretty soon because I've had enough. I will be sharing my phone calls when I tried calling my kids after my house burnt down. Still more to come. I was in Jason Gore's basement, and they had a family room set up in a basement. I'm guessing I was around 13 years old, give or take at the time. And on TV was the first time I saw two guys kiss. And I mean, this is back in the early 90s. So people talk about this gay stuff like there's no rights. And I mean, God, that stuff was on TV all the way back then. You guys, I'm so sick of all of this. People don't want equal rights. They want privilege. That's what people want today. And it's ridiculous. I'm sick of it. But when I saw those two gay guys kiss, I didn't even know what it meant, but I felt ill to my stomach and started gagging. Like, oh my God, that's disgusting. And I'm a child. I don't even know any better. But yet I did, because it's not in our distinctive DNA to be gay. Gay was supposed to mean happy and fun. Not what it means today. There is no reproduction in being gay. I mean, that's part of why we have sex. It's not to please ourselves, people. That's the whole world today is nothing but please me, please me, please me. Sex was about reproduction, not about being pleased. There's no reproduction in being gay. Another huge problem I have with being gay is because the absolute, and this is my life, the absolute vast majority, 90+% of the people that I've met who are gay, they're not gay as a family, productive member of society. They're sick, twisted orgies everywhere. I had two gay guys who lived next door to me for, 6 years? And nothing they did was about a family value oriented atmosphere. It was an orgy fest weekend after weekend, cars lined up and people just having sex out in the backyard. It was disgusting. I had to live next to that, and you know what? I still mowed their grass for them when I just saw that their lawnmower broke down and their grass was getting tall, and I don't care if they're living a hovel of weeds. It's not, even if it's next door to my house. I did it out of respect because I still care about people. Back in high school, there was this gay guy named Claus. He used to hunt me down and bring groups of gay guys to parties back in the early 90s, mid 90s, just to come and find me and then sexually harass me everywhere he went. So many people can correlate that story because he used to call them and go, hey, where's he at? Is he at that party? Is he over at this house? We're coming. And then as soon as they walk in, there he is. I told you he's a perfect 10. Oh my God, oh my God. And then sit there and want to flirt with me. And I tell them, stop. But I'm a nice guy, and that's what people see. They see a nice guy, and I can do whatever I want. What's he going to do about it? He's a nice guy. Corner of Central and Upton, there was a gas station. This was back in the 90s. I found out that the window was bulletproof because the guy behind the counter, every time I would get gas, because I had a friend who lived in the neighborhood right behind it, would sit there and just sexually harass me week after week, day after day. And I tell him, look, dude, quit it. I mean, God, if I was a woman and I did that, a man did that to me, the man would be totally damned. We'd be arresting him, charging him. You can't sexually harass a woman, but it's okay to be sexually harassed as a man. I'm tired of the one-way street. I'm tired of it. When I was a teenager, I was a wild pistol. And I'll tell you what, I tried punching my way through that fucking window to get to him. And I found out it was bulletproof. And I just eventually quit going. I'll drive out of my way a couple miles to go get gas somewhere else because I'm tired of being sexually harassed. I worked at a pizza restaurant, and we had a transgender who worked there. And this transgender's goal, I mean, he would come, I called it an it. No, you got to call me a girl. I'm not calling you a girl. You're a guy, and I will not call you a girl. I'll call you an it or a he or whatever else. Give me a name. What's your real name? That's what I'm going to call you. At least I'm not calling you sick and twisted and disgusting because this is sick and it's disgusting. This guy would come to work and brag about how his goal and mission in life was to go out and try to sleep with as many men as he could, but not let them find out he's a man and hide it from them. And I don't know how you could have sex with somebody and not realize that that's freaking disgusting. And then what happens when a guy does realize in the middle of that? That's disgusting. It's sick. It's twisted. That's what creates violence. That's what creates mental illness, is other people's mental illness being brought onto people and nobody doing a damn thing about it. Instead, now we empower it and encourage it, and don't you dare say a damn word about it. That's sick. It's twisted. It's disgusting. That's how people get diseases. That's how so much bad happens. And it's sick and twisted. But yet that's the absolute vast majority of the gay people I have met, just like the one who won't quit asking me to see my penis. That's sick. It's twisted. That's mental illness, severe mental illness. If you can't control yourself and not want to see my penis and even have a simple conversation ever without bringing it up, that's mental illness. And I'm not going to have it in my life anymore. I'm sick of it. Like I said, I'm on the brink. And I'm doing everything I can not to fall off until the date that I need to get to. And that date is set for my kids so that I can leave them everything I possibly can. So they know their dad wasn't a piece of shit who hated them. Their dad gave his life for them and left them everything he had left. That's what it's going to be all about. Yes, I have mental illness because of what this whole world's done to me. You can't damn a person who's already been a victim and then victimize that person more. And that's exactly what our system has done. Exactly. When a person comes in and asks you for help and you laugh in their face and tell them, oh my God, you're a man. You're supposed to take the abuse. What are you doing in here complaining about it? Really? Well, now I have a missing kid, a dead kid. That's what I'm in here complaining about. So we don't have these problems, and that's your job. Oh my God, I saw a headline that I listened to the podcast this morning, and it brought up a headline that I lost it this morning. And I'm struggling. But I'm here still to do this. I don't care anymore. I don't care. So if the majority of the people that I met in my life were gay, that were honest and family oriented and wanted a relationship and was in it for love, not just for lust and sex and an orgy fest, I would have a lot more compassion for the gay community. But that's not what it is. Not at all. Not in my life, and I mean, I've met a lot. And the vast majority of them, it's just a please me, sexual, mentally ill orgy fest. That's disgusting. It's sick. We've all known this. I mean, this is how diseases spread. It's a whole lot of bad. And the mental mindset that, please me, it's all about me. Can't be a productive civil person of society. We have to make it just as sick and twisted as we can. And then on top of that, I've talked about men and women have different, we are two different people. We don't have the same values, the same abilities. I don't want to say values. We should be treated with the same values, but we're not. Again, another false ideology of our country. My case proves it 110%. God, my head is spiraling. It really is. I'm sorry, people. I'm losing my mind. I lost my mind. I don't even know if I have it anymore. But we've had values in our country that were there for a reason. And if I looked at the gay community and the people that I've known throughout my life who were gay were actually family oriented, doing it for love because I love this person so much, not because I love myself and I want to be pleased. I'm sick of that mentality. And that's what I've seen throughout the gay community. Now, I have met very few, like I had two women in that same house when I had the gay guys who lived next door to me. There were two gay women who lived across the street. And I understood their situation. The one woman was abused by her husband and was scared of men. I've talked about this. She wasn't scared of me. I was allowed in. I had Christmas, Thanksgiving. I spent holidays and their birthdays, my birthdays. We became a family. And no, there was no sex or sexual anything involved. It was just we were good people who cared for each other and took care of one another. And that's all it was. But again, isn't that a mental illness if you're gay because you're scared because you were hurt by somebody? That's a mental illness. I'm trying not to let myself fall into that and just hate women like the man down the road does for me after he went through the same thing I've been through. He hates women and he will do nothing but he'll talk to women right to their face and tell them they're stupid. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a stupid woman. That's wrong of him. But I understand because of what has happened to him, why he got that mindset. I mean, and again, this proves it. I mean, if you can't have a simple conversation and talk to me as a friend and not make it about sex, that's a problem. A major problem. I don't know if I should even go down more roads. There's so many things to talk about in these situations. Can you control yourself around children? Because our gay community now publicly is sexualizing children over being gay. That's sick, it's twisted, it's disgusting, and it's wrong. You don't sexualize children. You don't sexualize anybody. You have your preferences, live it. You don't push it. I think I covered everything I want to say there. But this is why I am anti-gay. I still will not treat a gay person any differently as long as they're a respectable person. I show them the respect that they show me. Everybody should be showing each other respect, discipline. Enjoy your life, but it's not all about you. The world does not revolve around you as an individual, which is what our country has become. It's all about me, 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 me. Part of why we're falling down this tube.